morning from Mount Stewart, and we've got videos back from the watering hole, so I'm going to put a little commentary over this one. I've edited together some nice footage from the trail cameras out on the watering hole. Now, some of you remember we had the still cameras, and it turned up all sorts of things. So, give you a bit of a lowdown of what we got this time. So I put the old wood pigeons in here just because they fill up the cameras all the time, but you can see how jumpy they are, and that's because they're basically food for everything out there. Sparrowhawks, pine martins at night, so you can imagine all sorts of things eat them. So obviously badgers have been visiting lots during the night. Now I set two cameras up. They've got this camera view here. You can see this chap having a good old scratch, and I put a side camera up. Now, unfortunately, we had a bit of an incident with the badgers finding that camera on the side. They had a good old sniff and a poke at it, knocked it over, and it then fell into the pond. So unfortunately, one of our cameras has now been destroyed, but we got a few bits of footage of it anyway. Obviously, the other mammals that are turning up at the watering hole, we've got this young fox here. I think from those still images we had before, we actually saw the vixen with those two cubs before, and just here we've got the other one follows on behind, so they're still roaming behind as a pair of siblings. They're having a good old drink there. It's nice to see them anyway. There's another view from the other camera there. It would have been so good to have been able to have all the footage from the side camera, but alas, yes, it fell in. Yeah, but there we go, that happens sometimes. So our fox is having a good old drink. What's really nice as well about watching this footage here is you can see sort of just some of the animal behaviour. Having the trail cameras and the videos out there enables us to really get a good look at what's out there and how they're behaving, and this has been really important for the likes of the red squirrels here. These guys, they come down for a drink too. Taking a bit of a risk, I suppose, actually coming down on the ground. They are arboreal creatures, so they'll spend the majority of their time in the tree. When it does get dry, they'll need to come down for drinks, but they'll get most of their fluids from drinking the dew on moss and lichens in the trees themselves. So it's kind of nice to see them coming down for a drink, but they wouldn't normally do this. So you can see again, it's been pretty dry, and they're regularly visiting the side of the watering hole there. And it's been lovely seeing all the little animal footprints actually in the bits of mud to the side too. So we'll see what else we've got coming up next. I think we got a little bit more red squirrel there, a little bit more of a close-up. This one actually looks like one of the juvenile, so probably was a kit born this year, perhaps February or March. There we go, there's one of the little field mice or wood mouse. You can understand why the long-eared owl comes down to hunt here as well. Unfortunately, we didn't see the long-eared owl on camera, but we did get this fantastic close-up of a buzzard here. Big, probably a female buzzard, I'd say, going by the size of it. I'm not great with my plumage for sexing the buzzard species, but lovely to see them there actually on the ground taking a good old drink as well. So having the camera out again turns up all sorts of things, like the elusive jay here. You'll more often than not hear the jays, but don't actually see them very much. Got quite a big population of jays here, and this is actually a pair of jays that were down here having a good old wash. I edited down the footage here just to some of the nicer clips, but you've got them both. One's actually just outside of the image here, and then the other one's having a. This obviously must be the less dominant one because it gets chased off there, and later on the other one comes down a few seconds later to have a good old wash as well. There you go, there's the other one coming round again. So yeah, fantastic to see the jays, and they quite often come to the red squirrel hide as well, and get a really good look at them too. There they are having a bit of a scrap. So all in all, I mean, it wasn't perhaps as much as I was hoping would turn up on camera, but we'll put the cameras back out here again and see what turns up. So it's obviously been a bit wetter now. Yep, the cows managed to escape out of the field again. So yeah, everything comes by the watering hole, including escapee cows. There we go. So I hope you enjoyed that little selection of clips, and we'll hopefully have some more for you soon.